Hey guys, I'm here in the desolate residence that is Hawkstown, Fukuoka. It's a very rare occasion for me to be here at the United Artists Hawkstown edition. There's like nothing here and it's just dead and empty. Nevertheless, I'm gonna see Mission Impossible finally because I thought it was actually gonna be free, but it wasn't. Oh well, there was nothing else to do. Charlie, you want something? Cool. Okay, the movie is over, and it is like 12 a.m. in the morning now. Quite the late showing. As usual, I promise you, I will have my review in the morning. Minions in Japanese. You want to say something else? Fantastic Four in Japanese. Later. Okay, the morning after Mission Impossible. Just woke up here. Let me tell you what I liked about it. Overall, I loved the movie. It was great. It was action-packed. There were slow points in the movie, but they didn't last as long as sometimes I felt Ghost Protocol was. I don't remember much of Ghost Protocol, but I do know, here's the unfair example, is that I saw Ghost Protocol on Blu-ray. Because of some of it looks so beautiful on Blu-ray, opposed to just seeing it in a regular movie theater, which I saw with Rogue Nation. Sometimes I felt like maybe it wasn't as good or it wasn't shot as good, but you know, that's a whole different thing with projectors and things being shot into the air from projector opposed to coming from the back like a Blu-ray or just a regular TV. By far, the highlight of the movie was the water scene where Tom Cruise jumped into the tube and such, and I mean, they did a very good job explaining and setting up certain impossible stunts, and that's what I thought was actually really good about this movie. That might have been a little better than what Ghost Protocol was, because I don't remember there being as much of a setup with Ghost Protocol in terms of like, we need to get this one piece, but sometimes it just seems so over the top. However, I thought this was probably the most interesting or easy to hold on to in terms of names, characters, who's important, who's not important, the prime objective. You know, there were a lot of like switcheroos, so to speak, but this one was very easy like to get a hold of, and you know, it reminded me a lot of Skyfall on top of that for some reason. I think it was just because of the way it worked in the glass casing and just how everybody was like trapped in a box and some people wanted to be trapped, things like that, right? Then on top of that, speaking of glass casing, I really liked the way the threat began with the anti-IMF sort of establishment, and I forgot the guy's name, but the dude with the glasses, and how he's like staring at Tom Cruise while he's passing out in the phone booth or the little listening booth, getting gassed. Same thing happened at the end of the movie. Everything was reversed basically, and everything with the CIA and IMF coming back. Welcome to the IMF, Mr. Secretary. Everything was really well done in that particular situation. One thing I thought was kind of odd was, okay, so the main dude gets caught in the glass box, right? And then he's shooting at things. I guess he was so about himself. Like, my main concern would have been he could have just taken the gun and shot himself. You know what I mean? Like, it was so weird, like I figured at this point the dude was done, right? So maybe, like, in my mind, I was just like, he's gonna shoot himself and blow his brains all over this nice glass wall. So, or I was also wondering about the way he was like shooting right point blank like that, the recoil, or there's just shrapnel coming back on him, but whatever. He looked really familiar, like I've seen him in another movie or so, but other than that, the movie was really good. Not as sexy as other movies as like, but to that accountability, the main female was actually completely kick-ass in the movie, having knife fights with a dude, which I totally thought Tom Cruise was gonna come in and save her from the big guy, but she did it all herself. So it was handled. It was handled very, very well. I can't complain. I can't complain at all. That wasn't the UFC girl, right? Was it? Nah, it couldn't have been. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. And then the fact that here's the other thing that I think was a really strong selling point and very important for the fact that Mission Impossible, they needed to push this, was the fact that all these stunts were as done as practical as possible with maybe little to no green screen, right? Because like I was really thinking to myself, the motorcycle scene, I was like, yo, Tom Cruise is riding a motorcycle without a helmet, going this fast, leaning in. Like I was like, where does he have time to learn how to do all this shit? Like that dude has a crazy definition of how to get high. Like that, I often feel like Tom Cruise is like a modern day Evel Knievel. Or like Super Dave, so to speak. Do you guys know Super Dave? That's gonna hurt. I think that's what his name. New Pain. That's what his phrases were when I was a kid. Anyways, so I love the movie. It was great, guys. Finally, Akasan's on track with the rest of the world, right? So can't wait till the next one. It was done very, very well, and I'm very glad that I finally got a chance to see it. Thanks, Japan. All right, guys, I'm out.